Hello, welcome to the Red Zone, folks. I'm Michael Hernandez, your presenter for today. Today, I will demonstrate the external module MGB CalCruncher version 2.4.1. It's coming out of Mass General Brigham by Dimitar Dimitrov. Um, Other MG calculations and concepts are adapted and applied as presented by the MGB consortium members in the 2025 Red Cap. So I want to give credit to them. Importantly, internally, this module will need to be enabled by a Red Cap administrator for any of your projects. The MGB CalCruncher 2.4.1 was developed and tested against Red Cap version 14.5 or greater with a PHP 8.1 or above. The module has no external library dependent, utilizes Red Cap core classes. It provides the ability to run or rerun calculated fields when a record is saved or updated. The purpose of this external module is to automatically rerun and resave the calculations on calculated fields and fields that employ the @cal type action tags. This module is useful for projects that have calculated fields have updated frequently without having to run to the rule H, which we find under our data quality under applications. So rule H specifically looks at the incorrect values for calculated fields. Um, Administrators may view a table that displays all projects the module is enabled on and allows triggering a cron on demand for a project within the list if it is enabled. A cron job is set to run at a specific time or interval on the database backend. Otherwise, it can be thought of as an automated and repetitive task within the Red Cap database structure and scheduled. Because this module was developed to deal primarily with projects that have a lot of calculated fields and a lot of records, the cron is only configured to run at 6 a.m. or at 6 p.m. 6 p.m. So if we go into I have a module enabled. If we go into manage external modules,
Michael,
yes.
two things. One, I just want to make sure everybody knows, yes, he is breaking up a little bit when he talks, but he's had that
Oh,
problem in the past. But if there's anything you can do about it, Michael, then that's fine. But otherwise,
okay.
we hear mostly every word. The other thing is, I just want to be clear that when he says it needs to be enabled by an administrator, it needs to be enabled by an administrator on the project, not a red cap administrator like Michael or one of our team members. Your team can enable it on their project themselves. All right, so go ahead, Michael.
Oh, thank you. Yes, sir, Mr. Terry Smith. So yeah, that is a project level configuration. So once administrator has added it to your project, you can go in and configure it. For this, step one is to request that the modules to be enabled to a specific project identification on the project level. And then step two is to configure the module parameters being select select your specific form. So here we have the ability to add forms, as many forms as we need in an appropriate project for calculations. Here I have just one calculations. An optional setting. Let's see here. I set it to unverified. So if we look at our set form status optional setting, if you want, you can set it to any one of the three options. The idea behind that is that if you're using an API, it becomes really useful. Or if you're using, like, for example, the data import tool, um, you can request to have it run on demand, or it will run periodically as scheduled. So here we have set it to enable cron automatic time runs. We have our cron frequency. I set it to twice per day. And then I'm running it for all records. Typically, this is gauged for larger projects with lots of records and lots of calculations. And by default, we can run batches of 100, but you can set whatever parameter you want here, more or less. And then we're going to go ahead, excuse me, we're going to go ahead and save this. And that's it for the configuration. But when we go into the dashboard, we can look at a record. And what I'll do is I actually have one open here. And here I have some calculations that display, they're using at calc text type calculations. And for example, we have here another tidbit I like to display is the ability to use HTML to run bullet lists. And I'll show you that a little further. And then this came from a request and I worked on it to be able to use an at calc text type. I used a couple of fields to create a progress bar. And it's dynamic. We have a couple videos out that um, go cover a dynamic and a static type progress bar. But this one is within the survey. So if I say we're at 50%, and we're going to ask for a decimal here, and we won't see it until it's actually saved, but I can submit this. And then we have some videos here that came from another question. It isn't a whitelist version, but it is a link that could be easily uploaded to the data dictionary and then utilized that way. We're going to submit this survey, and then we're going to look at, I think it was in this record. And so here we can see that our progress bar is displayed. This progress bar, the original request was to display it within a project dashboard. That's still a work in progress. I'm not so sure that could be accomplished, although this can be piped into anywhere you would use piping, and whether it's an alert or a survey or anywhere else that piping would occur. So if we go over to the exports and data reports, I have a report we can view, and we can see that we have our display of different types of uh, characteristics for diabetics and calculations. And then this one didn't display because what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to run a cron job and see if that displays afterwards. So coming back to the dashboard, actually, I'm going to take you to the designer and we're going to look at the instrument to see the type of calculations that have been implemented. We have just a normal date with year, month, date format, and then we have an equation for calculating day of the week. There's also a video on our website for calculating the day of the week. This is a different approach. This is coming out of the RedCap Conference 2025. And let's see here. We're going to look at the A1C for this one. What I'm doing is I'm selecting a calculation based off of, there's actually three examples, example 1, 2, and 3, and these are just refined as we go through it to derive the output that we want to display into our piped field or list. And then what we have here is our progress bar, and I'm also piping that into a field. The progress bar, this is just the calculation that I applied to it. We have a percent. This is where the actual data comes in. And then we have additional equations here for it. What I did was I used that CalText progress bar, and that's using a combination of at set value. So what I did was I took this progress bar. It's an HTML type format, and I used a set value, and I just used a um, pipe for each percent category across the HTML script. So we here, here, and here. And I'm going to cancel out of that. And then we're going to run our cron. Go back to the dashboard. Let's go back to the report and see if that fixes our issues. So we have, I went ahead and ran our cron job, and what is just cron job submitted for the project, and then check project logs for the details. So those project logs, those aren't necessarily associated with your project. Um, those are more associated on the admin side, so we would be able to see that. And what we're going to do is we're going to go back into the report. And I think if I run, so that took a while, so I'm going to run the data quality rules again, just as a secondary. Another way is to import. So if something's imported, it'll update automatically, and then the status for the record is updated by our configuration. So we go data quality. I'm going to execute the H. We don't have any fix. Go back to the exports. Do the report, and I hope that fixed it. No, let's see. Where is it? I think it just wants me to save the response. So save and exit the form. Okay, and there it is. So by the parameters set for time, when it's configured on the scheduled time, 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. And the force run, or actually the default, I don't want to call it a force run. It's actually just called a on demand. So we're calling it on demand. So we can run that on demand, and then that should equal the display. But then in all its basic, that's what you would do to set up your project. You specify your form, you set the form status, enable the cron, and set your cron frequency, check your cron you want to apply, and then run, and then whether or not you want to run on saved events. And that's basically the bulk of what the module calls for and how it can be used. Any questions?